streamlining things. I made a joke. Streamlining. I'm funny. Okay.
No.
Let me cover the birds up. Fox, baby, what are you doing?
Squawk.
Fox was recording. Okay, birds have been put to bed.
Okay.
Bedtime for burbs.
Well, Pox was trying to make a break for it, so he's sitting on the edge of the cage, just like, I'm not going to bed.
Oh, it's nap time.
Jailbreak, freedom.
Oh, punk.
Down with the wardens.
Pixel's just hiding in the back corner, and Pox is sitting on the door like, fight me, bitch.
Okay, so are we going to be checking the closet and trying to work out what's going on with the body?
We need to do a rest first, I feel like.
I mean, the man who would be most offended by us looking in there is not in the house right now. This is the perfect time.
Is he not in the house, or did he just go find the guard in the house?
Like, he probably left to go find the captain.
Why do I feel like this is gonna end in me having to bail someone out of jail with my 2 gold pieces?
Probably me. Because I'm the tiefling.
Alright. I guess Nadine will begrudgingly go along with this plan until someone does something stupid.
You kidding me, Quinn? If you want Quillen to pick the lock, you're gonna have to convince him, because as far as he's concerned, it would that if something were to go wrong, it would potentially involve us being run out of the town.
Just imagine if you were behind there, Quayle. There, that's the argument. Put yourself in the person's shoes.
You are echoing.
No, it makes him sound cool. It makes him sound paladin-y. All of a sudden, Fox instinctively cast thaumaturgy on himself. Can't even do that.
He had his phone on speaker and was in here. It was causing really bad reverb.
He was casting thaumaturgy, Ori. Go with it.
Alright, so...
Oh no, he disappeared.
I can't pull the diplomatic thing either because I'm not a noble, technically.
There we go.
Background-wise, I am, but I didn't choose the proper background for it.
No, you're a hobo.
No, I chose something else.
Hobo princess.
Does Quaylen have a counter to that argument?
Well, first of all, simply, I'm not behind that door.
Fox just turns to the rest of the people. Right, you heard him. If he gets caught up in something and he's stuck behind a door, we can...
I accidentally left my dogs outside. I'll be right back.
Oh dear.
Get the doggos.
Puppies.
Any
There's
response?
also the significant risks that if anything does happen, and let's say we do find someone in there, and you want to break him out, him or whoever it is in there, the how will that turn out for us? How will that turn out for the ones who we
Okay, sorry about that.
traveled all this time with?
Well, Quaylen, as I see it, we can address those issues once we find out what's going on. If we leave somebody who may need our help, then just think of how that's going to weigh on your thoughts.
God in the sky, I have a question.
Yes.
I know for cure wounds, I think I have to touch them, right?
Yes.
What about healing spirit?
No. Healing spirit you cast and the spirit is in a spot. And the person has to go to the spot.
Can I move?
And you can move the spot.
think
It's kind of like think of it
as
a tiny moonbeam that heals.
Yeah, I think you have to be able to see where it is, though.
This is true.
I was gonna ask if I could put that on the other side of the door, but it has to be a space that I can see.
Yeah, let me check the ruling on that here. Give me a second. The
Yeah.
wording on it.
It says a cube that you can see.
Yeah. It's hard to cast a spell behind cover. It's very rare. So hello, random.
A creature? Okay, so what about... Damn it, I have to see that one too. Never mind.
Yeah, most spells that have a range do specify you have to be able to see them.
Alright, never mind. That plan went out the window unless...
Which is why blindness, deafness is terrible for spellcasters.
What the? Ah, jeez.
Alright, so Nadine's just... She kind of agrees with Quaylen on the fact that we don't really need to cause a stir, especially if we don't want to attract undue attention from the skies above. But there's somebody bleeding in that room, so she's... Huh?
No, I'm just being a shit.
I'm more referring to Strahd, but
No, I know who you were referring to, but attention from the skies just.
Oh no! If she thought she could do something like that and get Dad's attention, she would do it. She knows she's not gonna get Dad's attention by opening a door she's not supposed to open.
Notice me, Daddy.
Oh.
Notice me. Oh,
Daddy.
You went out for holy smokes and you never came back.
Oh no!
Oh. Why don't you come back, Daddy?
There's reasons. Some of them I don't know, but there's reasons.
I don't know why, but I pictured Sherry saying that, and that's even worse.
Alright, so Nadine's a bit torn on it. On one hand, someone's bleeding, but on the other hand, they kind of need to not be run out of town and attract attention.
Does she give voice to anything like?
Yeah, she says it. I just didn't do the what's it called when you change how you accent?
Well, yeah, I get it. So you didn't say it in character. You said it in character. Well, here's the thing. If we just leave them, then we have no idea if they were innocent or not. If we at least take a look, see who they are, see maybe they are a guilty party. If that's the case, well, I'll leave him to his work.
And what if they are innocent, and we get caught, or we help them break free and they get caught?
How about this? We ask him because it's obvious that 3 of us aside from you, Quaylen, the three of us, myself, Sherry, and Anya, are obviously not human. So, it would not be difficult to convince someone, and it's not lying because it's true, that we can have a higher sense of smell and smell the blood on the other side of the door by walking past it.
No, I think that
Well.
one's just you.
There's also one more option.
And she just sighs and looks at Anya.
What?
There was, by my estimation, there was another entryway into that place. There was a closet door in the master bedroom.
I already checked. No. There was no door.
Per map, what is this?
That leads to a closet that is a 4x4. There is a wall right here in the middle dividing the two. Unless you're trying to invite to the even less subtle approach of breaking down a wall.
I would
Okay.
I would suggest we just go with my idea of me smelling it as we walked by the door. And we can say that I joined you late because I had to help.
We can say that while we were exploring the house, you arrived late and we let you in.
I was helping Isaac and Irina.
I think
Ismark! I was, my brain was still thinking about Castlevania.
Wow,
Out of
you didn't
character.
know your
Out of-
crush's name? Wow. Sorry.
out of character, real quick. Didn't we already come up with a cover story that Nadine had come in through the window?
I don't like that cover story.
I think her just showing up late as we were investigating the house is much more believable than she came in through the window.
Yeah, that would also mark me as a vagrant, and I'd rather not be marked as a vagrant.
What are you talking about? You'd just have been waiting outside for us.
And
But
I climbed
Nadine
in.
doesn't have a home.
Nadine's not gonna climb it. Well, she does, but anyway. So she's not gonna climb it.
She's not in possession of it.
No,
And
she's
Nadine
not.
was also, I believe, seen. So he already knows you're here, and nobody saw you come through the house to get up.
We can just say I came in the front door because I did. So
That's what I'm trying to say. She came in through the front door as we were exploring around.
And didn't get noticed by anybody that we saw.
I
Could
just
have taken a different route. The maid was in the bathroom, so she didn't see all of us in the main bedroom.
I mean,
There's another set of
everybody climb the hatch that's right there.
no.
all right. Let's.
No, she moved on over here to continue cleaning. She wouldn't have seen everyone climbing up the hatch.
No, she wouldn't have. So we'll just say that I came in the front door late, wandered around until I found you guys, walked past the door, smelled the blood, and I'll ask about it.
Fox's response is just a shrug.
She just looks at him for a second. She's just like, I don't care.
It's just like, well, I can tell you a cover story, or you can do what you want to do. You're going to do what you want to do. Go ahead.
I'd much rather this approach than just barging in where someone who has say in the town doesn't want us to.
I've had a couple conversations with him now. I reckon I'm in pretty well with him. He seems like a nice guy. But that being said, if we approach him saying we know he's got a body in his closet, anything can happen. I'd at least like to know if it's worth our time to even mention it. You can lock the door after the fact. How about that?
I still
Open
would
the
not
door, take a look, leave.
I still don't feel comfortable with that.
If he doesn't want to do it, then we don't need to make him do it.
I can't make him do it. That's a skilled trade to pick a lock. It's not like I can put my boot to his head and force him into it. I mean,
We can discuss it with the Burgomaster and see what he says.
Somebody's breathing or fan.
Myth.
Yeah, wait a minute.
God, it's windy in here, isn't it?
Who left the window open?
Victor did when he flew out.
That little shit.
Nadine pulls whatever spell she can to just stop the wind. Can I hold person on the wind?
No.
Okay.
No, because the wind is not a person. You need at least hold monster.
Spirits, man.
I cast Hold Monster on the wind.
Doesn't work because it's not an arrow.
It's the new attack, the darkness.
The
I hold person
it
in the
was a-
wind.
turns out it was secretly invisible stalker. You hold it in place.
It's just a fae. Fae fuckery.
Not everything is the Fae, Ori.
Everything
One
always
thing
comes back.
One key thing we never did is, did we ever investigate this room with all the clutter? See if there's anything in it?
We did, I think.
You know, I mean, you took a few moments to look through it, you know, without going through everything because there's a lot of stuff.
Right.
It mostly looked like what you know, storage, basically.
Okay.
An attic with hundreds of years of stuff.
Okay, just making sure if there was
Yeah.
anything of note we'd already looked for it. Or...
You looked for a few minutes, so nothing came out and said, "Hello, I'm of note."
Okay.
I'd be worried if it did.
Sometimes things do.
Have you met my cousin? The broom?
Yeah, no, look, me and that broom have history, and I need to continue our Twitter argument, but I argue with that broom on Twitter.
I'm aware.
It's funny.
Okay, so what are we doing? Decisions.
Nadine still wants to go talk to him. Oh.
Okay, so we're gonna take a short rest and just talk to him.
Yup. As far as Nadine's are concerned, I mean, I could probably maybe influence him a little bit if I pulled out the princess tiara from my bag and put it on, but she's not going to, so.
Okay, so my suggestion then is that we all go down to a nice comfy living room and just chill out there while we wait for him to come.
Agreed.
Alright. She's like, Arlo, come, and she like smacks her leg in the cat. She's like, oh wait, no, Arlo's with Ismark. Arlo's guarding Ismark.
Yes.
And Irina. Addendum.
I'll
She's
bring
smacked
you
her head
down.
and then remembers. Oh wait, Kitty isn't here.
Yeah.
If we pass by the jet by
Melita. The
Melita.
yeah.
That's the name. Oh, I have it written down and was going, how do I pronounce that again? If we pass by Melita, that Quellen's just gonna tell her that they're going to wait in the den for the Burgomaster.
Okay.
Baron, not Burgomaster.
Well, he's both.
Yeah, well, better title, Baron.
Yeah. You don't see her, but I can't find Hawk's token.
I'm under Nadine, probably.
I only see me, so.
Okay. I tried moving you. Okay, there you go. All right.
We were getting
Fox,
close.
why are you under Nadine?
Oh my.
Because I'm more hurt than she is if she wants a good talk.
Okay. All right. So now you guys can take a short rest if you want.
Yes, I'm short resting so I can become as Tiger.
Everybody want to spend their hit dice if they want to. Let me know when you guys are ready.
I'm not gonna waste a hit dice. I have 23 HP right now.
I've got 16 out of 26. I do not want to spend my only hit dice left.
You could roll up to your level, correct?
Yep,
So I could roll all 3 hit dice.
you could.
You could.
But you only regain half of that on a long rest.
Which is
That's fine.
1.
Yeah, so if you use all 3 of your hit dice, then it takes 3 long rests in order to get them all back.
That's fine. I'm up to 24. I've only got 10 more hit points remaining to be full health, so I'm good here.
All right. Everybody else ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Phone, stop talking to me. Okay. Okay. All right. So, where did I put his token? So after you guys are Melita does find where you were and comes in and she says, the Baron's back. But if you guys are feeling better, if you want to go talk to him, he's up in his in the library.
Certainly.
And she goes away again. And I will move you guys back up there. All right, you guys can move yourselves into the library there.
Hello.
He looks not in the best mood right now. He says, I do appreciate you discovering the mystery. It is quite the disappointment that my only son has turned to be so chronically unhappy. It's a disappointing result. And I knew he'd been dabbling with magic. I think that he found the book here in my library. One of our ancestors was a wizard. But I was not aware of to the extent. And, I find that my feeling of myself as a father, and perhaps if I had been more involved in the boy's life or something to that effect. But on the other hand, he's always been an obstinate boy. I tried to find him a fiance once, and he did not take well to her. He was actually very mean to her, which, is unfortunate. Anyway, we have not been able to locate him. I do hope that he returns and surrenders, and we could worry about his punishment then. But it's not a safe place to be outside of the walls, so I do not know where he is. But if you do see him, please try to capture him alive.
Certainly. I apologize greatly that the turnout of our investigation could not have been better.
Well, you found the answer. That unfortunately is not the best answer, but that's not your fault, and I do not blame you.
Fox is just staying quiet at this point. He's letting the other people who made their decision do the speak.
Sarah, if I may ask a question.
Yes. He doesn't seem surprised that you're here, by the way. He doesn't react as if it's a huge deal.
Okay, yeah, so she's not gonna make it a huge deal if it's not a huge deal.
Yeah, he doesn't say anything. So
he's seen her before.
Yes.
Last time we met.
Yep.
So, as I'm sure it's probably an obvious statement that I myself am not, in fact, human in the sense that most people would assume. It would be some probably already known knowledge that I might have some enhanced senses. So I just wanted to ask. When we were walking down the hall down, and she points down toward the direction. I caught the scent of blood in one of the locked doors. Is there someone injured that needs any sort of healing down there?
No. We do not have a jail in this in this town. If you'd like to roll some insights, by the way, feel free.
Yeah.
Certainly.
Mhm. So, when a particular person has committed a crime, depending on uh, the severity of the crime, I sometimes keep them here. Let's see. So probably, I think that only Quaylen probably can figure this one out. He seems like he's opening up a little bit to you more than he would have the way he was earlier when he wouldn't talk about this room, and he seems like that's kind of a trust thing.
Oh,
So,
all right.
What crime would have someone committed,
mhm.
or whoever's in there? What crime would they have committed?
That particular gentleman suggested that I should be fed to the wolves, which is fairly rude, I would say, and terribly unhappy. So he's spending some time in that room to think about his actions. It is, shall I say, sometimes a better punishment than the socks, which, as you might know, are subject to the elements.
All right.
What? Fox actually speaks up at that point. Well, you mind if I take a look and maybe give him a word or two? You seem like a pretty reasonable man to me, and certainly with how you're willing to not overlook your son's transgressions of late. Maybe I could have a word with him and maybe change his mind on you.
Give me a persuasion roll, Fox.
Nadine is content with his answer.
Yeah.
She's like, "Thank you for answering my question, my lord."
So,
Go ahead.
oh, just same with Quaylen. For his perspective, this is a case of a noble doing what while most people won't, they are permitted to do.
Yeah, she being a noble herself, she's not gonna interfere in someone else's.
And Quaylen
Shit.
being someone from the courts, neither would he.
So the Baron says to you, Fox, he says, I tell you what, it's been quite the morning. And I will take that under advisement. But we have a lot of things to consider right now. So perhaps later in the week, or perhaps for the festival, we may speak to him and release him.
Fox nods. Any chance I could get his name so I could seek him out if he does get released?
Yes, his name is Udo.
Does that satisfy your concern, Fox?
Hi. Just confirming. OODO. Oh, you did.
Udo.
Yeah, Udo.
Udo. Now, with that out the way, shall we conclude our business in finishing our earlier discussion?
Hold on.
That's our pizza.
That was quick.
Well,
Real quick as well. If we could get a note function like for our characters to take notes in just a handout thing we can put notes in there.
Sure. Yeah. Okay.
That
I
way
just
I don't
take
have to
a
worry about a piece of paper or anything getting lost.
I just take a section of my character sheet and write the notes there. But up to you.
Yeah, I'm happy to make one. It's no problem.
And before the explosion of borking, what was that you were saying, Derek?
I don't think I was saying anything. So if all right, there you guys go.
Cool. Thank
Because basically Quaylen asked to if there's nothing else to bring up to then discuss about the conclusion and reward for services provided.
You'll forgive me out of character because I kind of forgot what he offered you.
Oh, Mastiff puppy.
Oh yes.
And we will name him Reginald, and he will be a proper British lad.
And he will be a good boy.
Sure. He's willing to yes, just tell the Arisex that he has given the puppy to you.
We got a dog?
Yes. Yes, you're collecting more animals.
We're not. It's gonna live in the house.
Okay.
Arlo.
With
and...
all the chickens.
Wait.
Mastiff will...
How many chickens do we have?
None right now.
Well, we haven't bought any yet. We can go and buy chickens, though.
Nadine's gonna keep one.
Food for later.
His name's gonna be Foghorn.
Chickens. Just trying to find chickens on the sales list. 10 copper.
Yeah, they were cheap.
Name it Foghorn Leghorn.
We can get a whole coop's worth on just 1 gold.
Yee. We gotta build the coop first, though.
Alright, anyway, back to reality.
Back to reality and then back to the fantasy.
Is this real life? Or is this fantasy?
Just fantasy?
Caught in
Out
a...
in the landslide.
Okay, I love how you said that, and then you keep going.
I was gonna say caught in a vampire's bite, but then
Yeah.
Didn't work.
Okay.
It breaks the cadence.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it does.
Children.
Alright, let's keep going.
All right, what's your next plan then?
So he mentioned a name. What was that name?
No, I don't remember.
I'll tell
you mean
blank
Udo?
that I'm... No.
The sellers.
Oh, the
It- it-
Arisex. Yeah, the Arisex. Who
They were the traders.
yeah, the traders at the stockyards that you bought your stuff from that Quaylen invested in.
Yeah.
They're the ones who had the puppy.
Okay.
So I think we're done here. So Fox is just gonna bow to him as the.
So, Quaylen, thank you very much.
Oh,
I hope things go a bit better for you in the future.
Thank you. Thank you. Have a
Hey,
have a wonderful rest of the day, and all will be well.
to you as well.
Like Fox just mentions to him as he's leaving. And don't worry, if we do come across your son, do everything in my power to take.
I appreciate that.
Nadine's just sitting there quietly going, I'm just gonna knock the little shit out and drag him over here.
Try, operative word, try.
Okay, so where are you guys headed next? Or
I-
if you're gonna do something else in this area?
Um,
What time of day is it at this point?
Slightly afternoon.
don't we need to
Well,
take
maybe it
our
was mid-afternoon. Actually, I think it was.
So
I think so. You've got a few hours left still before your dinner date.
don't we need to take
Yes.
Irina to the church? Or am I getting that confused with the other game?
You're getting confused.
So I don't
yeah.
need to take her to the church. We don't. She didn't say she needed to go there.
No.
Okay.
no. Our current itinerary is go back to the stockyard, pick up the puppy,
Hmm.
bring said puppy back to the house with to Ismark and Irina,
Hmm.
and then do something to fill out the time left to before the dinner obligation.
Not Arlo.
We would have a big cat and a big dog in the same house.
Or Arlo.
It's a puppy, it can be introduced, it's fine.
Depends
Okay.
on how old the puppy is.
I am not, as a DM, terribly interested in puppy kitty fights. So we'll probably just gloss over that part.
Good.
They'll work out fine.
Oh.
All right.
Fox has no idea. That's
I say we just do a shopping montage and then go to this dinner.
Okay,
Shopping montage.
that's fine.
Oh,
Anyone else have anything they want to do in the meantime?
don't think there's anything else really to do right now except maybe visit the tavern.
With this small amount of break, I need to step aside for a second.
Okay.
You're fine.
Well, let me know. Do you want to go to the tavern, or would you rather just wait? Just head on. Just skip ahead to the dinner date.
I don't think we really need to go to the tavern right now. I think we're
Okay.
probably just gonna.
No.
All right.
there's no reason to really.
We will skip ahead then.
I will say, Nadine, when we go back to the house briefly, she changes into
Uh-huh.
her more nicer clothing that she's got.
Okay, great. Anybody else going to dress up?
Nope.
Fox maybe spends a 30-minute period of time picking blood and viscera out of his armor and shining.
That's nice. That's nice. uh,
Polish it up a bit.
Irina loves the puppy. Immediately, she loves the puppy. Just so you know, it's adorable because it's a puppy.
Arlo
How
just
old?
glares at Irina for
Like 12 weeks. Still
Proper puppy.
proper puppy. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a massive puppy though. That thing's
Yeah.
the size of a small dog.
But Ori, puppy.
I know.
It is a large baby.
I mean, I was going to make sure of the date because a year-old dog is still kind of a puppy.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, Sophie's 6 years old and she's still kind of a puppy.
Because all dogs are puppies.
No, all puppos are doggos, but not all doggos are puppos. That's how it works.
Balls. Thinking that I might just be saying that because my dog likes to suckle on blankets.
And Sophie's over here cuddling her stuffed pig, so...
No. But Sophie's a good girl.
Alright.
Has the name been decided for the pupper?
No, but you guys can name it whatever you want.
Frank Sinatra.
Irina can name it.
No. I like naming it whatever you want.
Okay.
No. I'm just being a smartass. I don't care.
Well, I'm terrible with names, so
Jeff.
Goldblum.
Yes! We'll name it Goldblum.
Sherry.
fine.
Hmm? Sherry's kind of zoning out. She has no idea what's going on.
Sherry is just absent-mindedly petting the puppy.
Yes, exactly. She saw the puppy and just like, ooh, starts petting, tries to give it a hug.
It snuggled up to Sherry because Sherry is the nature.
You know what? Let's roll for that.
You can roll
And
for petting.
there be a good pupper.
How badly did I fail?
Oh.
It's a puppy.
No, the DC for puppy petting is only 5.
Okay.
Just because I want to see the nat one. Okay. Oh! The druid is being good with animals. Surprise!
Petting the puppy, just oh.
Does this mean I can
But
wild?
I am, by the way, waiting for this next map to load.
Oh, okay.
It's not loading for me. It's kind of going, not loading.
Oh, just remembered something that we could also do in the meantime. That there's an elf that's still living in the inn. We could go over to the Blue Water Inn and check that out. It would be late enough in the day for it to be open.
That is right, I forgot about the elf. I didn't write him down, apparently.
I forgot if we all heard about that or if just Quaylen did.
Oh, I think
Quaylen
Nadine, I think.
Quaylen heard about it, and he told the rest of the party. It was while we were walking over to the Baron's place that he made mention of that the merchant mentioned that there was a person with long ears.
Pointed ears is actually what he said.
With pointed ears. Sorry.
Alright, yeah, Nadine will want to go investigate just because she lived with elves for a while. And she's like, my people.
That day.
Well, no, but Uncle Sivan!
Yeah, because Daddy's an angel.
Daddy's friend, the elf.
It almost sounded like you said Uncle Spiggin.
Spiggin!
Uncle Spiggin!
Alright.
Uncle Spiggin!
Spigs. Do I not have access to my own chat?
No. I have banned you from your own chat, Ori.
It's telling me I have to subscribe to myself to be able to use my emote. I'm already subscribed to myself.
Give yourself money.
I'm confused.
Yeah, because you'd actually be losing money at that point.
Well, no,
Takes a cut.
my subs are free for me. But it's
Well, yeah,
telling me
'cause you're
to
the
log
fucking-
in.
You're the fucking channel owner. Imagine if you had to sub to yourself to use your own emotes.
I'm really-
Okay. Cool. I found the thing I was looking for. Okay, so we're doing the tavern instead. All right. We get the tavern set up.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No worries. No worries.
How do I log into my own fucking chat? Fine. I guess I'll just pull it up in another window.
Always good puppy.
So many good puppers.
Puppy.
There. So Streamlabs OBS for some reason is showing me logged in, but it's also telling me I'm not logged in.
Wow.
Because reasons and armor, thank you.
You're welcome.
Armored Hunter just donated $70 million.
I'd fall over.
Well, I do have some disposable income. I don't have that much right now.
Turns out Armored is actually Mark Zuckerberg.
I'm a secondary probate.
Yeah, there you go.
Alright, sorry guys, I had the tavern set up for morning, not for mid-afternoon. So, alright, you two guys go over here.
So tonight is daylight savings time, and so I have to work 9 hours.
Oh fuck.
And
Fun.
then I get done, and then I have 30 minutes after I get home before I have to do this charity stream with Dumpstat. And I'm doing that until noon, and then I take a nap, and then I gotta be at Derek's house. What?
Are you okay?
No.
Okay.
I'll make it though.
As long as you're able to admit that.
I plan on buying some probably mistakes on my way to work.
Some mistakes.
Energy drink.
Oh. I didn't know what exactly you meant by that.
Cocaine. No, I'm kidding. I don't do drugs.
Oh, nice.
Don't do drugs, kids.
Do all of the drugs.
Given up on the map yet?
I'm pulling you over right now. Of course, I probably have to put your terms on it too. Or it won't do you any good. Oh, there's Fox. I have him here. It's not anybody else.
Woohoo!
Alright, roll 20. What are you doing now? It won't let me zoom out. Telling me roll 20 not available.
What is?
There I am. Okay, there, I fixed it. Oop. Oop. This is chitlins.
Mm-hmm. Right now, they're standing there at the bottom, and at the bottom of the stairs, and there's this raven on top of the shed here, and the raven is cawing, and they're cawing back at it.
Do I just because I want to know what it's saying, do I need to do speak with animals?
You would need to do speak with animals. Now, Sherry could probably talk to it, but doesn't really understand what it's saying.
I don't even want to talk to it. I just want to hear what it's saying, and I have spells to burn, so
It's caw, caw, caw. That's what it's saying.
okay.
Okay.
It's okay. And then she just pets the bird.
You're gonna go pet the bird?
Yeah.
It's up on top of the thing.
Wait, where?
it's up here. It's on top of the shed. So like literally, I guess it's not a problem for you, is it?
Well, how tall is the shed?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Sherry
it's too tall.
7 foot.
Right, I know. But that's why I redecided. It kind of backs off away from you when you try to, like, hops backwards.
It does a little raven hop.
Yeah.
It's okay. I think this place is crazy too.
Clearly, you're missing the key component, which is French fries.
Mm-hmm.
French fries are a great way to make friends with ravens.
Mm-hmm.
Seagulls.
Mine.
Seagulls like French fries.
I mean, who doesn't?
I can probably feed French fries to my fish, and they'd be all right with it.
I mean, I know a way to make friends with a particular raven, but
We're not going there right now.
All right. So, when you head into the tavern, assuming the rest of you are,
Yes.
Danica behind the bar says, "Well, welcome back." And these people down here do the usual, like they look at you and they start talking quietly to themselves instead. And this person who's talking, this guy who I think were here last night, is still sleeping, and this woman just looks at you, and doesn't say anything, just looks.
Which woman?
This one.
Yeah, I'm having to reload.
All I do is select them. Like, you're supposed to know what I'm selecting.
I'm reloading the page because it's doing the thing where I can't see anybody but me.
Oh no. Just making sure that I don't see you twice on this page for some reason. And you guys can make a perception roll if you'd like.
Certainly.
Well,
Perception.
Oh, Fox, you are so noticeable.
Sherry's too busy playing with the bird.
I'll do a perception roll as soon as I get back in.
So are you still standing outside playing with the bird?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll get back to you in a second, Sherry, actually.
But okay.
Inside, inside, you guys notice that this gentleman here, or Fox notices this gentleman here, maybe Nadine, because now she's gotten this close, though she wasn't here to roll. Notice that gentleman has pointed ears.
My map's still doing stupid.
Okay.
Fox isn't here for him and doesn't really care. He's more looking for other things like threats and that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
You said I noticed it since I'm sitting next to him, or do you want me to? Okay. I'm like, do I want to be stupid? I too have the pointed ears. No, She just sits down and she's like, hello.
He looks to you and he says, "Why, greetings. It's not too often that I see another of those not native to Barovia here."
Fucking knife ears.
And he extends his hand and says, "My name is Rictavio."
I love him.
Pointed ears.
I love him so much.
Shh, just because the picture is just because the artist didn't listen.
It's Richard Waters, I think. Who did that one.
Ori, you love like half the men in this adventure.
Well, no, I just love his design. It's so perfect. I love it.
Can you roll? Or is your thing still not loading?
I can roll. I just can't see anyone else on the map.
Oh man, I don't know what's wrong with you.
I don't know who Let me see real quick.
Do I know this name?
Oh, no, it's just because I'm not.
You do not know this name, but you can give me a perception roll,
Okay.
or maybe a history roll. Either one of those is fine.
Perception's better.
Okay.
No, it's not.
Okay. Quaylen, you could give me a history roll.
Sure, I'll go for a history roll since I'm listening in on this. Not that great either.
No, it's okay. All right. He says, greetings. And Danica behind the counter says, well, now all of our guests know each other. Isn't that pleasant?
I cannot just look at him. So you're not from here either, are you?
No, not at all. Not at all. I have traveled here. What's he say? I am a I am a carnival master, and I came and I was wandering the lands searching for, uh, those who might be interested in joining a carnival to as a living sort of thing, and I've ended up here, and I've been here for a few months now. It's not the easiest place to leave.
Yeah,
Are there any others traveling with you?
No, just me and Drusilla, and we were by ourselves, and just the two of us.
So, hmm. Well,
Have I heard the name Drusilla before?
You have not, no.
so we do need a way to make coin. I'd kind of look at the others.
Mm-hmm.
How much would you be paying for this? I've got someone in particular I'm looking for, so if traveling around would be a good way to find them, then I don't see an issue with it.
Well, I tell you what, lady Nadine, you said your name was correct.
She didn't give her name yet.
We didn't introduce ourselves.
I kind of assumed dead, so.
Oh well, yeah.
Then he's gonna ask for your name before he says anything else.
Okay. My name is Nadine. She goes ahead and gives her last name.
Okay.
Too, but she doesn't say anything about titles or anything like that.
Yeah. Quaylen, are you introduce yourself too?
And I'm Quaylen Bransildran.
Mm-hmm. It's a pleasure to meet you both. Pleasure indeed. Well, I will tell you this. You see, there is one problem. Don't get me wrong. If you do have some talents, I'm certainly interested. You see, I don't know if you've noticed yet, but it's a bit difficult to get out of Barovia once you're in it. And there's not a lot of paying customers here. Now, the Markovs here, and he points to the bartender, have been so kind to let me stay these months, and in hopes that I will endeavor that I will find a way out. I'm sure there is. But until then, I haven't made a lot of money myself. So there is not much to give you.
Have you seen others traveling along this way?
It's rare. Have I seen them anyway? I mean, what I did is I rode down through the mountains, and it was very misty. And then I came into this valley, and from the west, and it was this land I'd never met before, never been here before.
Did I come in from the west or did I come in from the east?
You guys came in from the east.
Okay, well, before I got lost in the forest.
Yeah.
Okay, so when Quaylen asked if he had seen anyone else, she pulls out her notebook and she shows him the name of the monster hunter she's looking for to see if he's maybe seen or heard anything.
He has a look of surprise on his face. He says, Van Richten, huh? That's a name I've not heard in a long time. But yes, I've heard of the man. I've heard great tales of his daring do's. Why is it that you seek him?
Well, I've got a bit of a problem back home, and I need assistance taking care of a rather, problematic vampire lord back in my home country who decided to dethrone and de-seat and torture my people. she just is like very uncomfortable saying it out loud.
Yeah. You can hear Danica mutter. Sounds like a common problem to me.
And she's like, I'm not referring to the one up there. And she kind of points towards Ravenloft.
Rictavi says, I figured as much, because it would be unusual for you as an outsider to need his help to come here. That didn't seem to make much sense to me.
No.
But interesting. Well, I tell you what, if we do find a way, I'll see what I can do to track this gentleman down, because I have heard of him. He is from my home, Darkon.
She just kind of looks at him for a second.
Yeah. So, excellent. I definitely will keep him in mind. Well, tell me what else you've been up to here. Or tell me a story. One or the other is fine.
I do believe Quaylen's better at telling stories than me. I can manipulate the elements. I'm not a storyteller.
He looks at Quaylen and says, "Oh, are you a bard, young man?"
I'm not one to be telling tales, although I do admit having a bit of finesse for tongue sometimes. We came in as opposed from you, we came in from the east. Where there's another village out that way. Our story starts rather, guess you could say, rather quaint. We were told to just clear out some vagabonds. And lo and behold, these vagabonds were locals from here.
Indeed.
Saying that they were causing trouble to bring out some great people. I almost think that they were just desperate to pick up anyone who thought that they could hold a blade. But
very interesting.
He's very traveling.
I met them on the road.
He seems very intent on your story. He's listening very intently. So go on.
Nadine just kind of interjects a little bit. She's like, I met them on the road. I came in and got lost in the woods, and the woods didn't like me very much, so then I found the road.
Yes, we traveled across the land, through various woods, one of which she ended up showing up out of nowhere. But what a difference coming here to this place. Sun doesn't shine. And there's an air of weariness.
Indeed there is, he agrees. Indeed there is. It's difficult to maintain one's positive attitude.
You always got to find a way somehow.
Indeed.
So can I insight him, or I don't know if this would be insight, to see if he's an elf or what his deal is, like what he is.
That's what I was having you roll either earlier. But I
Oh.
guess after a while, talking to him, he looks more half elf to you guys.
Okay.
So he's got pointy ears, but he's not really. But he's got kind of a half elven look to him.
But he's not like me though. He's not like not quite even a half elf. I'm not even part elf.
Yeah.
I just
No,
look
he
at.
definitely. He distinctly looks like a half elf.
Okay, so he's not like an Asimar or something.
Yeah.
Does he have facial hair? Because that's a telltale for a half elf.
I forgot. Does he have facial hair on the picture?
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
looks like he's got mutton chops.
Yeah, that he does. Yeah.
I love the
So he
mutton
has slightly
chops.
pointed ears and mutton chops.
I
So
love the mutton chops so much. I don't know why. I just love it. They make me happy. um. Did he?
So,
Just
Sorry.
when Nadine showed him the notebook, and did he seem like he just? Did he seem like he was being shifty, or did he just seem like he was just completely honest that he was gonna that he knew where he was or that he knew him?
no, mostly he seemed very surprised.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's fine. I've got a match sitting here that wouldn't light.
and since arriving here, it's certainly been a bit of a whirlwind, one might say. We've only been here for barely 2 days.
2
Interesting.
days? I thought it's been longer than 2 days.
Oh, this is the 3rd day.
Oh. Nadine has no concept of time. She's 200 and some change years old. She doesn't know what day it is. she talks.
Snapper.
Get off of my lawn!
Make me feel
That's it. I'm getting me mallet.
make me feel young at 117.
She's like, I love
Wow, you guys are old.
What'd you say?
What's that,
Yes.
Sonny? You speak up there.
Where's my prune juice?
I gotta
How
get
old
me
is
my
Sherry?
cane.
What did I say Sherry was?
Yeah.
I didn't put it in.
But yeah, Nadine is actually willing to maybe help him out some just because it'll give her a chance to try and maybe find fuck, what's his name?
Oh, Sherry's
Who's
100.
been ripping?
Yeah. I have a sticky note on the very front of my notebook with it on there just because that's her obsession right now.
Yeah, Sherry's 100 years old.
Yeah. Yeah, so Fox and Anya are the only ones who aren't over 100.
Am I the youngest or the oldest one in this fucking crew?
You are.
Nadine's
Yeah.
seen some shit, yo.
Anya's 23, and I don't know how old Fox is, but probably no older than 25.
He's 32.
Oh, wow. Fair enough. Yeah, I'm the baby.
The baby tiefling.
But yeah, Nadine,
Don't kick the goddamn baby or you lose your fucking healing.
but, well, I mean, Nadine can, she just tries to save it. But,
Yeah, you lose your main source of healing, I should say.
right, because I'm squishy, I need to be in combat for most of the time.
Well, yeah, that plus you can't cast Spellwell in Beast form until 18th level.
But Nadine is she kind of turns to the others. She wants to at least agree to help him just because of the chances she can find who she's looking for.
Well,
Fox.
if you sorry.
Fox, I just want to know what Fox is trying
I'm
to.
inciting Anya because she said she shifty died.
Oh, okay.
We're resolving this while everything else is going on.
Oh, okay.
Well, does Nadine mention anything to Quaylen on that?
She says it all out loud, yeah. She wants to. She's been giving a chance to maybe track down who she's looking for, and she's not gonna pass it up if she can help it.
Well, if you think you'll be helpful helpful, I can supply at least some amount of fortune.
If you would want to do that, then yes. I am here because I've been looking for someone, and I would very much like to get back to my people to be able to fix that vampire problem, but I have a feeling we're gonna have to deal with this vampire problem first to get out. So she dies
Well.
from tuberculosis. I'm okay.
Is there an amount that you would want him to be supplied with?
Wait, so am I paying him?
Yeah, Rotavio says that too. Are you paying me?
Nadine's like, wait, I'm confused.
I'm confused about what you want me to do.
He's asking for people to join his carnival. I'm tempted to help him out in that regard because then it'll allow me to find this monster hunter that I need to take home with me. She's like, I'm gonna rent the monster hunter out and I need to take him home, but I gotta find him first before I return him to Blockbuster.
Listen, you just come back over to my place, baby, and help me clear out a vampire. It'll be just right up your repertoire.
She's just like, we're just gonna rent him from Blockbuster for one night and then we'll take him back.
Okay, important question because you didn't answer me. Did you lie to Matt?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I thought you were asking that in question.
It was whispered to you because I smelled match burning and I wanted to make sure it wasn't something else.
Oh. I didn't know that was a whisper.
Okay, we good. Continue. The house isn't burning down.
Yay!
I lit a match to light my candle, okay?
I figured. I'm just making sure.
Okay, we're gonna pause for a second, and I'm gonna go back to Sherry here outside.
Okay.
Guy.
I'm gonna get a
meantime,
cough
Quaylen
drop.
continues the story of like Murder House.
Okay, cool. So, Sherry, as you're up there trying to talk to the Raven, the boys come down the stairs and they watch you for a minute, and then one of them says, "What you doing?"
The bird. She points at the raven on top of the roof.
Yeah, we see him.
I wanted to give him a hug.
Oh, well, that's very nice. You know, birds don't usually like to be hugged.
Yeah, especially ravens. But I'm determined.
You are, huh?
Yeah,
Why?
because I feel like he needs a hug.
Totally.
Why do you think he needs a hug?
He looks sad. I don't know if he is or he isn't. Sherry just thinks the bird looks sad.
They both they both kind of nod to each other. They're like, "Oh, that's interesting." And then they look again and are like, "Do you know a lot about sad birds?"
A little bit.
Oh,
I grew up in a forest. Speaking of
Oh.
which,
Mhm.
do
Have you
you happen to know where my home is? There's a lot of trees and a lot of special trees, and there's different animals.
What kind of animals?
Oh, geez.
Kids making you ask the hard questions.
Making me ask stuff or answer stuff. Oh, geez. Things
Or
I haven't
answer
thought
the
of
hard
yet.
questions.
Well, there's a lot of birds, and then there's some deer. There's some boar on occasion. And then on every now and then we get mean people that come into the forest. So it's my job to get them out of there.
Oh, how often does that happen?
Sometimes it's every few weeks. Sometimes it doesn't happen for months. Just depends.
They look at each other again, and one says, "Well, there's forest there," and they like in like a minute they like point in every direction, and uh, and then says, "But you don't really look like you're a person from that forest, unless you're a werewolf. Are you a werewolf?"
I don't think so.
Oh,
What?
phew.
What if furbolgs actually know what werewolves are?
Oh yeah, it's just pretty common.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I don't believe the moon bothers me at all. I think it's a very
Ah,
pretty moon.
moon is pretty. That's true. Sometimes you get to see the moon, even though you get to see the sun. You get to see the moon. That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
What are you two up to?
oh, we were just talking to the raven too.
Oh,
hmm
what was the raven telling you?
Um, they look at each other and then they look back at you and said, "It's a secret."
Can you tell me what that secret is?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I love Sherry so much. She's
Yeah.
such a good girl. I love her.
I won't
She's a
tell
cinnamon
anyone.
roll.
Man, this conversation's too sweet for my taste.
It's adorable and I love it. It looks sad. I want to give it a hug. I'm just like, oh.
Just Myth manifests himself into the game to give
Yeah.
Sherry a hug.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
it looks like a sad bird.
he was telling us, um, do you know about the lake north of town?
A lake north of town?
It's a big lake. It's a huge lake. You did probably see that when you were coming into town. There's a
Okay.
large lake north of town. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, so up on the other side of the lake, uh, there, there are the mountains, right? And in the mountains, there's a crazy old wizard, and
Crazy old wizard.
Mhm.
Huh.
and sometimes he'll come down to the lake and he'll shoot lightning bolts at the fish. Pew 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 pew.
Why would he do that?
Because he's crazy, crazy. Yeah,
Well, that's not nice to the fish.
it's not. No, I don't know that there's any fish left. Because there's like, and then the other one says, he says, well, Pluto, who's the fisherman, even though, fishing is stupid and scary, you don't want to go out at night and fish or during the day and fish because you're out of the walls. But
Mhm.
he still goes out there every day and
Does he
tries to
catch?
fish, even though, no, never catches any. Not as
Hmm.
far as I know. At least he doesn't bring any here for Dad. So,
Interesting.
like Dad said there used to come fish and there used to be fish that we had, but now we're not fishing anymore. So, but yeah,
The
that's what
bird
we were
told you
talking
all
about.
that?
Oh no, I mean we knew some of that from other parts. He was
Ah.
talking about the bird was talking about
The wizard?
the wizard shooting the lake,
Oh,
shooting the fish with his lightning bolts. And
interesting.
and that the crazy fisherman is still out there fishing. We don't know why.
Oh God! As she was listening, she was trying to grab the bird.
Yeah.
Sherry freaks out and like falls down on the ground.
So after a second, the gray-haired boy Bray here, he says, no, you got to do it like this, and he jumps onto the hops onto the wood pile, then hops on top of the thing and like walks over to the raven and goes, makes a little noise, and the raven comes towards him, and then the raven hops on his arm, and then the boy brings him over to you and
Oh.
says, "Do you got any food for him?"
Let's see. Kind of rummages through. She's got some rations.
Hmm.
Rations will probably have like hardtack crackers.
Yeah,
Probably work.
just some.
It's okay. It's a raven. He'll eat anything.
Yeah.
I was gonna say some seeds.
Oh yeah. I think ravens are omnivorous. They eat meat
Yeah,
too.
they meet. And,
So she hands out some and just holds her
okay,
hand out.
the raven leads over and picks it and eats it, and then the raven comes and stands on your head, and Bray laughs and he says, "See, he likes you. He can tell
Sherry
you're a
looks
good
off into the
person."
distance, like when
Yeah,
she had her top hat.
yeah.
She's proud to have a bird on her head.
Mhm. You know the rule about ravens, right?
Oh,
Yeah, you don't ever hurt one because it's like a curse if you hurt
oh. Well, she starts just petting.
one. Okay.
Raven.
They like food. Give them food. They'll come to you a lot.
Anything specific?
He thinks for a second, and the younger boy says, "The eyes of evil people." And he giggles, and the other boy says, "Or meat, or anything, berries, you know, anything."
Okay. So do I now have a crow following me around? Or is that crow
No,
just
it's just for
there
a minute.
temporary?
Yeah,
Okay.
just temporarily. Yeah.
Darn.
Sorry.
I wanted to catch all these animals before Nadine did.
And by the way, it's a raven, not a crow. They get offended if you call. The boys will also
Yeah.
share that with you.
Ravens are bigger and usually a bit more intelligent.
All right. And then after a few minutes more, the boys run off because they're little boys and they get bored.
Yeah, that's fair.
And then after a few more minutes, the raven flies away.
Oh yeah. After the raven flies away, Cher's just gonna go back into the building.
Okay. Mhm. All right, back to inside.
SpongeBob, Mermaid Man, and Barnacle Boy sound transition.
Mhm. Actually, right now, let's take like 5 minutes because I gotta go to the bathroom, and I'll be
Okay.
right back.
Yep.
Okay?
Same.
All right.
Same.
Alright, I'm gonna lay down.
We are now unmuted. So I just love how Nadine's pretty much volunteering us for a carnival and no one has stopped her yet. She's just like,
Well, Sherry's been outside playing with the bird and kids.
I know!
And Anya and Fox are in their own conversation. The only who really knows about it is Quaylen.
And he's willing to finance it.
He just he did not understand what you're referring to with helping him out.
He's looking for people to join his carnival. Nadine says it's a good way to make some coin, but she's also like, this is also the fantastic way, because he obviously knows who this guy she's looking for is, and he's the first person that she's found that's knows who this guy that she's looking for is, and where he might be. Well, she's gonna jump on it.
We know something weird's going on, at least. Or at least Sherry does. Ah!
I love that. So I will just say that Nadine did say her father was involved, but none of you know that she's an Asmar in character, so...
Exactly.
If Anya asked her, like just flat out asked her, she would tell her that what she was. Like if she just flat out asked her, she would tell her, but no one is bothered to say, "Hey, what are you? Why did you come back from the dead?"
Daddy.
Right.
Dad,
Somehow she did say that though. She's like, somehow my father was involved.
Daddy. Nadine's actually a very well disguised tiefling.
Right.
They
Okay.
don't all have they don't all have to look at the extreme versions. There are some that can just look like people.
I am back.
I feel like I'm gonna have to brush my teeth after this episode.
Why?
Why?
It's too
Because
fucking
it's scary.
sweet.
That's your fault.
Get the
I know.
you get the diabetes.
Gonna get
No, it's your
diabetes
fault.
from my own character.
Listen, I love it.
Diabetes.
I mean, if you need some salt, I can bring Nadine over.
Well, Sherry's back inside, so.
If you need some salt, just come sit down next to Nadine.
I'm curious if Sherry heard the joke. I said I'm curious if Sherry heard the joke.
Which joke?
Actually, can I see if
No.
Nadine heard it, because it was about Nadine.
Roll a perception, girl.
I have advantage on hearing checks.
Why aren't you special? It's like you needed advantage.
Right, 23.
Let me see. Hold on. Aw.
I hear the whole conversation.
I don't hear it. I'm still just going through the door.
Nadine just makes a mental note to talk to them later.
Damn it, Fox, what languages do you know?
What?
I said, damn it, what languages do you know?
Oh.
Alright.
Oh, I just had a thought. She's gonna talk to them later, right? And tell them about herself. Which means she's gonna use the thing. Which means she's gonna realize that her wings are fucked up now.
Mhm.
Oh.
She is no longer like that day.
Oh, mental
Sherry
breakdown.
just comes through the door and says, "Guys, I made a friend. He's gone now, but I made a friend."
No.
I smell bird shit on her head.
He was a hat for about 5 minutes.
Fox points to the random chair that's not being occupied at another table.
Ha!
Oh,
As an indication, like grab it and pull it up.
Oh, okay.
Not like go sit over there and be lonely.
No,
Be be by yourself.
But yeah, Nadine, to just to Quaylen again, she's like, this is a lead for me to follow, and I would like to take hold of it.
Oh, you're talking about traveling with a traveling carnival?
I don't know that he's exactly got a carnival to travel with at the moment, so he might, if would be agreeable, travel with us for now. If he wants to, or if we can find him again later.
If he wants to. I mean, not like I don't. Yeah, not like I want you to, Baka.
Babaka!
As far as finding him, for now, this is where you'll find him.
So, like,
He'll tell you that. He's staying here, so.
So he's not going anywhere anytime soon.
Yeah, he doesn't. Yeah, he's not sure he can go anywhere anytime soon.
I think it would be better to address other matters first before trying to run off for a carnival.
She's like, I'm not trying to run off for a carnival. She's like,
carnival.
She's like, I'm not trying to run off with a carnival simply for the sheer fact that I want to run off for a carnival, Mr. Gnome.
I've just always wanted to be on display in a freak show.
No, she'd just be the animal entertainment.
Maybe the white tiger that bites somebody. Did I say that out loud?
Yeah, that's perfect.
But she does. She said that to Quayla. She's like, I'm not wanting to join a carnival simply for the sheer fact that I want to have the experience of joining a carnival. He heard the conversation between her and Rictavio. So
I understand that, but there are other matters that need to be addressed before even attempting to try running off to wherever this monster hunter is.
But that monster hunter could possibly also help us with the one we've got to deal with here, so it would help both problems. But we
if
could.
the monster hunter isn't in Barovia, then we're fucked.
Mm.
And what if the monster hunter isn't even here in the country?
Then we deal with the vampire first.
Then that's what I'm saying. We address matters first. And if we end up with more suspicion as for whether this monster hunter is in the country or not, then we can come back and talk to Rictavio.
She just starts fiddling with Daddy's holy symbol for a minute, and she's like, Fine, we can come back and find him later. You're going to be here for quite a while in this inn, correct?
He says, I tell you what, I'll find you and let you know if I'm leaving.
Alright, that's agreed.
I need to be concerned.
So after you tell your story of what happened to you, by the way, Quaylen, he tells a story. He says, though, this was not a story that happened to me, but it's one of the tales I've heard in my travels. And he tells a story about a farm boy who joins forces with a sorcerer, a rogue, and his bugbear companion, and two constructs. And they save a princess from the clutches of an evil warlock who was once the sorcerer's student. It was a very, very good story.
That is a wonderful tale.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I imagine that there's some interesting grains of truth to that.
Perhaps. Or perhaps it's just one of those stories that has the grains of every story in it. Or perhaps I'm just a good storyteller.
Does Nadine think he's a good storyteller?
He's pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just like, yes. Just sitting there like, yes, very nice story.
I'm going to pull up a sheet here and tell you what his performance is. I'm not going to roll for him, but where are you? There you are. Rictavio. Where are you, Rictavio? Here you are.
Rictavio, where are you?
He's got a +6 performance, so he's pretty good at this.
Wait, does he have a 20 in charisma? Holy shit.
No.
If he's a bard, if he has bard levels, he can't have expertise. If he's designed with the as a player character.
I just love his design, period. I love the coat. I want it. I legit want his coat. I think I remember us being obsessed with his look anyway when Smen found him.
Yeah. Okay.
Alright, I guess we should probably go sit with the... I'm just gonna... I guess we can... I don't know. She's just gonna sit there for a minute and have a drink.
Oh, I was muted when I said that. Fuck.
What?
Oh, you just said it. Nadine likes his coat, and I said, well, I guess Nadine's gonna sleep with Rictavio now.
No, Nadine has eyes for Ismark right now. She just wants Rictavio's coat.
I mean, the best way to get a dude's coat is just...
And his boots. I just want his outfit. I just want his whole outfit.
Nadine
Well,
murders him in his sleep.
There's two very easy ways to get someone's outfit: knock them out, kill them, or make them take them off voluntarily.
I don't. Nadine's not going to try to seduce another.
Anya doesn't like.
She may or may not be older than this man. She's not sure.
No, I think if he's a half elf, she is.
Half elves, at least
Or around 200.
Oh well then.
Live up to 180.
Yeah, she's older than him.
She is.
Nadine's no, she's not gonna.
Sorry. Fox will tag team.
What,
He'll take
but-
Arena, and you can take Ishmael.
but she's into Ismark, who's like 25.
She's not gonna try to seduce Rictavio.
Yeah, I'm like, age is not the factor here.
I know.
Okay. Is there anything else we're doing here?
She's a cougar either way. I don't have anything
I
else.
think that's more than a cougar.
Silver Fox.
Mountain lion.
Silver vixen.
Snow leopard.
Yeah, Snow Leopard for girls, Silver Fox for guys.
Nah.
Alright, no, Nadine doesn't have anything else. She's made her way to contact him, I guess, and arrange that shit, so.
If you guys are staying at the other house, are you going to give your keys back to Danica?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought we checked out in the morning and already did.
No, they weren't here in the morning.
Well, yeah, it's not open in the morning.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
and Nadine's still wearing her nicer clothing because we were going to this dinner, so.
All right. Let's move on to dinner then.
And she splashes ale all over it.
I'm tempted to
Now
slap
then.
the tiara on her head just for shits and giggles, but I don't know
Yeah.
if I want to do that.
I am a princess.
I'm a pretty princess.
Fuck it, yeah, I'm gonna slap the tiara. She's gonna take the tiara out for the first time and put it on her head with the clothing.
Okay.
Shiny.
Important question: what does the tiara look like?
Oh shit, look, you gotta ask me these questions.
I mean, is it just like a little ringlet of silver or whatever, or is it like a full on crown?
Hold on.
It's an apple pie. It's just like Arlo's leash.
Arlo's leash is bedazzled.
Are there any fun
This-
animals in this area?
No,
Oh,
sorry.
darn.
Oh. Oh, she's so sad. No.
No, that's me being sad.
I know, but it would also be Sherry.
Yeah, that's true.
I love Sherry. I love Sherry. Sherry is my
Oh.
favorite. She's the sweet. No, like I do. I love her. She's amazing.
I like her a lot too, so there you go.
Oh my.
I would protect Sherry with life. We need the cinnamon roll to live. And what? Sherry dies, and the next character random plays is just a fucking asshole.
I mean, I've done it before.
Hey, fuck you! It's just some mafioso.
Yakuza member.
Pixie.
Hey, fuck Pixie Yakuza.
That's pretty much what I played the first character as.
That's amazing.
It's something like this one. Just something small like that.
It just reminds me of my imp named Fat Tony, who's just a mafioso.
Okay. Basically,
Alright.
Didn't say
jewelry, not a crown.
It's a crown, but it's a more subdued one. It's not
Hey, it's me,
no,
Fat Tony.
it's not very big.
I'm just picturing. You didn't see me kill that person. Forget about it.
Forget about it.
Okay,
No,
let me tell you about this house.
okay.
This house seems disgusted with itself. A slouching roof hangs heavy over gables, and moss-covered walls sag and bulge under the weight of the vegetation. As you study the house's sullen countenance, you hear the edifice actually groan. Only then do you realize the extent to which the house hates what it has become.
Where am I?
Who made myself loathing into a building?
All right, with a
Can I get-
description like that,
Yeah,
Can I get royalties with this building?
divine sense that shit.
mhm.
Sherry's gonna
Uh,
pull out her pine
oh.
cone.
You do not sense any celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet that's not behind total cover.
There's no
Oh, right, the
evil
cone.
from the house.
Not any more than the rest of the place.
Everything is evil.
Mhm.
So does my pine cone of death point anywhere specific?
It points.
It's
In-
the site of the nearest death.
Yeah, I know. It points at the ground.
Hmm.
The ground has died.
All
Just-
right.
Okay.
Yeah, just at the ground, basically.
Rip
Almost,
ground.
almost directly right below your feet.
She stepped on a spider.
She looks around real quick around her feet.
Mhm.
She see anything like dead?
No, she does not.
Okay. Well, then she's gonna poke Nadine and show her the pine cone.
Hmm.
Something
Do I
died below us.
do I smell anything like freshly dead, or even like not so freshly dead?
No, you don't really.
Okay, I'm just like, it could be someone buried underground. I mean, it might not
Could be
necessarily
somebody
be.
who was shot and killed right here.
It might not necessarily be malevolent.
She's
just
gonna
points-
move a little bit. Does it stay pointing to the ground, or is it like shifted a little bit?
It's shifted a little bit.
Okay.
My understanding, it detects where the killing happened, not where there's a body.
true.
There could have
It could
been.
have been It could have been simply just someone walking around outside one day, and this house says, "Fuck you! I hate myself. I hate you more. I'm dropping a brick on your head."
Site near us. So somebody must have died here. Okay. Let's go.
Well, guess
Whatever it was a while ago because I don't smell anything
Fox
fresh.
looks down at Quail.
Okay, you knock on the door. All right. So, after a few moments, a narrow slit slides open in the door. Shh, and you see eyes look back at you. They don't see
Hello.
Quaylen. Like you kind of see the head tilt to look down and says,
Down here,
"State your business."
we are here under invitation for dinner.
We're here for a fucking rager.
Yeah.
God.
All right. There's then it closes in here. Unlock, and then the door opens, and behind it is this dude whose picture I'm going to give you.
This lovely little gentleman who you will see very shortly.
It's just the butler from Scary Movie 2.
It's just Walter from Helsing. We just walked into the Helsing
I think at
household.
the first time I used this, actually, I might have used Tim Curry from Clue.
Yes.
It is Walter! Oh no, it's not. It's too hot to be Walter. Why is he so buff?
Walter when he was younger.
Why is he so buff?
Oh no, he's hot.
Yeah. Like Nadine walking in and just like
He says, "You are expected. I am Halik. The lady can be found in the lounge, and I will lead you to her." Here's
Certainly.
the description of the room. The front door opens into a narrow vestibule, and there might be a lighting keeping you in.
This is not Armstrong meets Sig Curtis.
Been in the Armstrong family for generations.
Okay. So the front
Kinda
door
far
opens.
off.
The front door opens into a narrow vestibule. 3 stained glass doors and wooden frames lead from it. And he heads straight forward. And then takes in this room, a wooden staircase leads up to a balcony. At the foot of the stairs is a landing with stained glass doors and wooden frames, which is where you are now. He turns left. If I would go to the right level. And goes in there. And he says, "My Lady Vector, your guests have arrived." And he indicates the couches in there. She nods. She goes, "Thank you, Halik."
She looks like Madame Gothel.
And give me a couple description rooms here. So, first of all, the dining room there. An ornate dining table stretches the length of the room, a crystal chandelier hanging above it imperiously. The silverware is tarnished, the dishes chipped, yet all are still quite elegant. 8 chairs, their backs adorned with sculpted elk horns, surround the table. Arched windows made of lattice work of iron and glass look out into the small fog-swept estate. And she says, "Halik, would you please see to progress of dinner?" He says, "Of course, my lady." And he leaves away. Now, the room she is in. Here, 3 elegant couches surround an oval table made of black glass. All are set in front of a blazing hearth, above which hangs the portrait of a smirking nobleman, sporting a broken nose and a tangle of hair graying at the temples. Several smaller portraits hang on the north wall. And this here is the lady.
Lady Fiona Wachter.
And this is the gentleman shown. It's in the big portrait.
He's so extra, I love it.
I recognize that picture.
That
You
seems
probably-
like a character. Seems like a character you'd make, Ori.
It is. It is. It looks like what the dwarf at the mayor from the port town.
Oh, the one with the drinking problem.
Yeah, the one with the drinking problem.
Just for clarity,
the one with the hilariously high voice.
Yeah.
just for clarity with Lady Fiona,
Mhm.
is that like a scar she has under her eye or around her eye?
It's makeup.
Okay, just making sure.
It seems like this Nikolai is rather noble.
Yes. She invites you to have a seat in the couches there. She says, "Please, make yourselves comfortable. Thank you for
Probably.
accepting my invitation."
Goylin will sit across from her.
Mhm.
I'm gonna sit right here.
I mean, we can't use the grid to effectively show the.
Yeah, I know.
Make.
I'm
us
afraid.
wait.
Yes, each of you must sit in a 5-foot area, and no one can sit closer. D&D mass transit is a mess. Okay, she says. Yes. My man Ernst had told me of your arrival in Falaki, and I was very interested to meet you, as I am most strangers. Again, my name is Lady Fiona Victor, and it's a pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure.
She kind of
Nice
waits.
to meet you as well.
Okay, everybody gonna introduce themselves, basically.
Sherry
Or-
waves.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
My name is Goylin.
a pleasure. A pleasure.
Fox Blackmane at your service.
Thank you.
Nadine kind of just tips her head. Nadine, and she lost her, and she gives her name.
Hmm.
People call me Sherry. I guess. Yeah. And she just waves again.
Uh-huh. Hey, Anya, I'd like you to make an insight roll.
Okay. I'll have my character show up and give me a moment.
Hmm.
I don't think Fox wants Sherry to sit on him.
He's a
Look,
strong lad. He
maybe
can
he's
take it.
into that. Yeah, maybe he's into that. Death by Snoo.
If you now I'm just remembering
He's
seeing
good,
an
he's got-
article.
15.
Remembered seeing an article about something like that.
Mhm,
God damn it.
If you truly love something, you'll let it kill you.
mhm. She looks at you for just a second, like seems to linger longer on you, though you're not really sure what that means. Her gaze lingers on you for a second than the others. She says, "Thank you for accepting my invitation again. And I suppose I shall ask what brings you to Vlaki, though typically the same thing brings most Outlanders our way. But I'm still interested in hearing your tale and what you see yourselves doing here."
Well, we came here to amongst some various travelers,
Mhm.
and more specifically, we came to the assistance of a couple of others who needed a place that was safer to stay than the village of Barovia.
Excellent. And you accompanied them here. It's very noble of you.
Thank you.
Well, I tell you what, I have a proposal for you. But first, let's have some dinner. And she stands up and then makes her way over to the dining room table.
Fox stands up as soon as she does as well.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I stand up. Oh, damn, I didn't prepare that spell.
Stand up and call lightning.
No, I forgot to prepare purify food and drink. I meant to do that before the party thing. Oh well.
Yeah, that would have taken a long rest to prepare.
Yeah, I did that too, but I didn't bother.
I probably also have that on my spell list.
You
I
do.
got a decent constitution. I'll be alright.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all pretty constitution.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nadine, are you going to join them at the?
Oh, yeah, yup.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Just making
Why
sure.
is
You know, I just
it
want to make
so
sure.
awkward?
Okay. And after a moment, after a few minutes, the valet Halik comes back and he serves dinner, and then excuses himself, and um, he- everybody starts to eat, assuming you can start to eat and drink.
What is it?
Do I smell anything off about the food?
No, you
Okay.
do not smell anything off of the food. What is it?
You just anything off. It's actually cyanide.
Right, no, like Nadine's like, I don't trust any.
Well, yeah.
I hadn't.
Cyanide
I
is what it was.
I honestly hadn't really thought about what she's serving, but it's good food. It's a good food. There's some meat in it, and
Roast
meat,
duck.
vegetables. So
Um,
okay.
This is good. What is it, Raven? Yeah.
It's probably
Yeah,
some chicken.
You
actually,
hear the
so-
sound of Sherry's heart audibly breaking.
Yeah. So he just starts crying.
oh.
You
Specific-
make the cinnamon roll cry. And we have a-
Specifically, the one we just caught from the inn over off of the ship.
Oh
Yeah,
no!
a
He
good
was
plump one just
happy
flew in by.
anyway. He was upset and needed a hug.
Oh.
um. Oh, Fox is being polite. That's good. So after dinner has started, the lady starts a conversation with basically wants to know. Tell me, have you met the Baron?
Yes, we have.
I'm interested in your a take on him, your opinions.
He seems to be quite well put together, as far as I'm concerned.
His son is an asshole.
No need to tell me that.
Yes, we have had an unfortunate run-in. He seems one who is dedicated to helping the town, but if I were to give my more blunt opinion, not entirely one who knows the proper way to better the town.
That makes her smile. And she says, yes, I would agree with that conclusion. I don't know what else you know, having been here for quite for not that long, about the goings on in our town. Beautiful Falaki. Fox, what are you trying to see?
Just kind of inciting her, the way she spoke about it and demeanor. See if she might have ambitions to either return to or rule the town again, like, or for herself.
That would be a reasonable conclusion to make.
Okay.
She says, you see, the parent has this idea that if everybody in Balaki is happy, that whatever curse it was that brought Strahd down upon us, many of those centuries ago, will be lifted, and we will all be free and happy and dancing and singing in the sunlight, I suppose. Of course, it's madness. I mean, the opinions of the townfolk do not change such things. But in his ambition to do so, he throws these festivals every week, and anybody who speaks out against them or is, she puts air quotes, chronically unhappy, gets thrown in the stocks or imprisoned and tortured or dragged through the streets, as is the
Fox
barons
actually
want to
chuckles
do.
a little bit as she's describing.
Yeah. So
From my past, I got a saying that goes along with that. The beatings will continue until morale improves.
yes, that and as you might expect, it's about as successful as that is. Many of the common folk they put on brave faces and they make uh, make pretend, as you would say, to keep the Baron happy, but it's a shame that these things are the way they are, because really it's fairly difficult enough to live in this land, and it's not easy when one is trying to lie about one's conditions. Now, for myself, I do not feel the need to uh, make such pretend. I he would not dare, lay a hand on a noble woman such as myself. Uh, and but but I worry about the people and
I would
about
only
how they
ask you,
suffer.
ma'am, if I may, what solutions you would bring to the table.
Well, I certainly would bring a new way of ruling. You see, there's uh, if I were in charge, I would bring a new way of ruling, a something that is supportive of the people, a different way to try and find happiness in these dismal times, uh, which is not through false festivals or a fake smile upon one's face, which has its uses, mind you, but is hard to pull off day after day.
You mentioned that the Baron tries these things as a way to ward off the, what some might say, a curse on your land in the form of Strahd.
Oh yes, it's common belief that what has happened to our land was the result, and to Strahd himself, for that matter, was a result of a sin of our people long ago. We offended Mother Night, and because of that, this punishment was levied upon us where the sun no longer shines. Or perhaps we even offended the Morning Lord. It's hard to say. And you can believe such things or not believe such things, but the people certainly do believe such things.
Hmm.
And what would you propose as a way to improve things without lying to the people?
I would be straight with them. I would be straight with them about what their situation is, and that though it may have its miserable parts about it, we must make the best of what is here and what we have. We must use any of our resources to improve our situation as best we can. And if that means that we would have to deal with the powers that be rather than cowering from them, then we would have to do so.
So you
Because
support marching on Strahd then? Fox gives her a very serious look at that.
she says, hardly that would be suicide. What I'm saying is, we have to live, and you may not understand this. That's all right. Uh, but we have to live. He is the Lord of this land. And as the rightful Lord, we do have to be his servants. Um, uh, and we do have to deal with him. Now,
So what
it's
does
not
Strahd want from you as servant?
taxes occasionally. Um, he wants his ability to do as he pleases, not that any can stop him. But my point would be merely that instead of pretending that we were opposing him or pretending that we could do something about the situation, my solution would be to acknowledge what is the situation, regardless of whether I am in charge or uh, Halik is in charge or the Baron. The Lord rules the land as he. So,
And what is this true state of the land?
how do you mean?
Well, you say that you want to inform the people of this is how it is, and this is how it will be. You must forgive my ignorance, but we are
Sure.
quite new to this land. So I was curious. What do you say is the way of the land?
This is a land, she says, that for 300 years at least, she pauses herself and she says, I should forgive myself because you, as you say, you are new, so you know little of Barovia. I have to look something up. Give me 1 second. Double check my dates.
Have you considered an autonomous collective?
Don't have a lord.
Mhm.
We live in an autonomous society. We're each enacting upon a system of government. We each take turns. We don't decide our ruler from some sword lobbed out of a lake from some moistened being.
If I started saying that I'm the ruler, just because some moistened bit threw a scimitar at me, they put me away.
Fox looks at his sword. What?
I love that scene so fucking much. Man!
I know you do.
She says,
It's depression.
"This
Help, help,
down
I'm
here."
depressed.
So she says, "Well, I will tell you a bit of the tale. Our family has been here from the beginning, as has many of the noble families, the Volakoviches, the Kretskas, the Ivilskovs. Um, uh, but almost 400 years ago now, the Lord Strahd inherited, his father passed away, the great King Barov, and Strahd inherited his armies from him. And he came to this land, which was then a wild place, a place of wild men, of uh, 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 places where no civilized person would. And he took the land from, and in his father's name and for his father's kingdom, and uh, and named it Barovia, after his father, King Barov. Um, uh, Ourselves and most of the Barovians you will meet today are all descended from families that came from out throughout the empire to settle this new, a beautiful valley. And therefore, as the prince and the Barovia was given as a county to Strahd, and as prince and count of this land, he has ruled it since. Now, that is not necessarily expected of most rulers to rule for nigh 4 years, but whatever it is that we did or did not do to cause our land to be cut off from the rest of the empire, the rest of the world, as it were, it's done. And we cannot change that or fix that.
Can
Does that
I
answer?
roll
Go ahead.
Sorry. Can I roll a history check to see if anything that she said of 400 years ago
Mhm.
sounds familiar to what's happened in the outside world in the past?
No, none of you have ever heard of this King Barov, of the land she's talking about, or anything like that. So you don't need to make a roll. You just, even if you made a 20, you would just not have heard. Because it's not part of your world. So she says, so that is basically the tale of Barovia, is that we were founded, we were settled, and then we were cut off. And for whatever reason that may be, unknown to myself or unknown to perhaps only Strahd, if he. So that is our situation.
So you're saying that for 400 years, Strahd has reigned
Indeed.
over these lands,
Yes.
and there's still such terror, such malcontent.
Nadine kind of pipes up. It's never good to live in a land ruled by someone such as a vampire.
Frankly, it's a bloody miracle you guys are even still around.
Nadine's like, I've got personal experience. This is not a good place to be living.
I'm more putting to the point that a lord who cares not for their people usually doesn't end up being a lord for too long. Or at least is seen as a lord that's worthy of an uprising. I understand that he's powerful. That would make any such an uprising suicidal.
Well, I should tell you these things. First of all, there are times that are better than other times. He is. I would not call him the horrible, keeping us in terror that many do. If anything, he's mostly an absent landlord. There are times when there are decades between times that anybody sees or hears from him. So it's not that bad as things can be. But as to your question, you are correct in that that they could that sometimes groups of people do get upset and have in the past attempted revolt, but he is very powerful. He is far more powerful. There are only perhaps 3,000 of us in the valley. And what could we do against an army of the dead?
Add to it.
Yes, exactly. Which I do not see fit to do so.
I will say you do seem rather familiar with Strahd and his ability.
Well,
how do you come by that?
His abilities, I know no more other than any Barovian knows about about our Lord Strahd. He, these things are relatively well known, and there are definitely tales amongst us of the groups. Just last year, there was a group from Barovia village that attempted to overthrow and were quickly quashed, led by some wizard. I am told. But I mean, I know the things they all know, which is that he is a vampire. He dwells in the castle. He takes no visitors. He comes out occasionally when he wishes. He has his abilities.
Terrorizes a person of their witch.
Perhaps he does. But is that better than? Let me say this again. This is a situation in which we find ourselves, where, as a people, we must live. So
Would you be so calm if he visited you tonight?
would I be calm?
Was that her just drinking her wine?
Yeah, sure. That's it. She says, I think so. And let me tell you why. Because I know my place. I know my place here is as a noblewoman from a good family who owes fealty to the legitimate lord of the land. And would I seek to harm him? Of course not. That would be madness.
Well, you did already say you wouldn't be able to anyway.
Exactly. He takes what he wishes, but I think that some may exaggerate the danger. Regardless, the Baron solution, which is what I'm concerned about, is not a solution. It is just madness. And that is really my concern, is the people of Valaki and what can be done, what makes sense to be done, and what makes sense is not pretending to be happy and throwing festivals every week that everybody must come to and pretend that it's having a good time.
Children mandatory. I don't even have children.
Nadine's like, you are a children.
Uh, so she
That's
says,
because Nadine's an old woman.
so here, listen to my proposal. Who keeps the Baron doing the things he does is a man named Isaac. I don't know if you've met him yet. Um, but he is the head of the guard. He is easy to tell. He's a tall man with a deformity on his arm. It's red and scaly, and he can throw fire from it. And he's not a very nice or gentle man, but he is the captain of the guard, and the guard do obey him. And he, I believe, is the most problematic. And if something were to happen to him, I think that um, would be beneficial for all of Valaki. It would free the guard to choose someone more appropriate to run it, and free the people of the terror of this half devil man. And he looks at Ani and says, "No offense implied." Um, uh, this I consider the greatest trouble. And like I said, if something were to happen to him, um, I would be, and I would be able to say part with 100 gold pieces if something did happen to him, and you came and told me about it. For bringing such news to me, I would be happy to part with 100 gold pieces.
Paying us for a hit.
You're paying us to attack someone who has not done anything to us yet?
Only 100 gold. Goodness.
She says, heavens, all I asked was you to bring me news.
Nadine's not gonna say anything. She's not gonna own it. She's like, no, I'm not gonna do that.
I'm sorry, but for the task requested, that's not something I do feel comfortable with partaking.
Only 100 gold. He just repeats it.
Fox is supposed to be a paladin, okay? Not some hitman.
No. You have no idea what's going through his head. You can insight if you want to try and get a read.
I think I would insight.
You're inciting Fox?
Yeah.
Okay. He's trying to hide it. Can't hide it very well. He's basically just thinking about trying to get her to raise the price, but definitely not for performing the hit.
Mm-hmm.
He's trying to like work out what it is, what it's worth to her.
She looks at you. She says, "Young man, I do appreciate your belief that that is not an adequate compensation. However, I can tell you, coins are rare in this land, and 100 gold is a substantial amount, even for a nobleman like myself."
That would barely buy you a single weapon over at one of the other towns.
That's what I was thinking. It wouldn't hardly cover our expenses if we have any hardship.
Well, I am terribly sorry, and if that is the sticking point for your informational services, I could see what else could be done. You must understand that it would have to come in the way of favors or recommendations or such things, because, like I said, coin is rare, and hence the prices that you as outsiders must pay for things. You know, most of the people in town, we often just barter with each other. Those of us who do have some coin do spend it and collect it, but many do not have any.
Fox just kind of like purses his lips, kind of scratches at his beard a little bit, just obviously like kind of in thought, arms. Well, if something happens, then I suppose just for delivering news is a fair.
That makes her smile. She says, "Excellent." And like I said, I held no obligation for this. Just I would like to be informed if something did happen to the man who does terrorize the town far more than the Lord Strahd does.
How far along in the meal are we? Just for
You're near the end right now because
Okay.
it's almost 9:00.
Well, I think you've given us some things to think about for sure. Food was excellent. Good. I assume there was wine.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I think
It's the same wine that you have pretty much everywhere.
Okay. I think we're all about ready to turn in for the night, though. We had a fairly rough midday today.
I'm sorry to hear that. I appreciate you coming and enjoying my hospitality and listening to my tale and my offer.
It was most informative. Thank you, ma'am.
And then the valet comes back and he leads you to the door. Which
Unless
he then
anybody else has anything to say.
No,
Yeah.
Nadine doesn't have anything to say until we get outside.
Nope.
Just a short bow and thank you very much for the meal. It was pleasant.
You're very welcome.
And a depart.
Mm-hmm. All right. And the valet locks the door behind you. And I'll bring you guys outside. Boop, boop,
Ha! I did it myself.
boop. I know, but I'm helpful.
Yay!
All right.
Anybody who looks might see that Fox has a hand kind of clenched in a fist.
Before discussions start, Quaylen's just going to kind of lightly punch Fox's knee and point down the road, indicating, before we start talking, let's get far out of earshot.
Do, 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 do.
Go to the home.
It is agreed upon, and he moves.
And away we go.
Tally
see somebody
ho!
in
Whoa.
that, through the window.
Yes, through the window.
I'm curious if she's standing at the window watching us
Dun,
leave.
dun, dun.
No, she when you guys left, she went upstairs.
Okay.
I just didn't move her token.
Just being creepy, staring in the window. While
Yeah.
we leave.
No, it's a plaintive look. Please, please help me. Okay, so I think we're gonna officially call it there. Feel free to keep talking. I will be here for another 7 minutes if you've got any questions. But feel free to discuss what the next thing is. And are we good for 2 weeks?
Well, it is 2 weeks from now. Hold on, let me look.
2 weeks from now is the weekend of the 17th.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
I don't know.
There's no hurricanes coming. You're okay.
Well, I'm most certainly not available the week after or weekend after that, or the weekend before.
Well, that's convenient.
I'm trying to remember. I think people were wanting me to do something with them the 17th. I'd have to check though.
Well, we'll make it tentative
I,
then.
yeah, I do have an arrangement on that day, but I can have it end before the game starts.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'll get back to you on that. But as of now, I'll just say yeah, sure. 17th is gonna be okay.
Tentative 17th is the next game.
Alright.
Yep.
Alright, so bye, chat. I'm gonna send you over to Dumpstat. I'll be over there tomorrow morning at 6, almost 7 o'clock in the morning for the live stream game.
At too fucking early in the morning.
But they're streaming all night and all day tomorrow with nothing but D&D and Pathfinder, so.
At too fucking early in the morning.
Bye bye.
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 Bye.